All right, you guys, so we're going to be taking another look at arithmetic sequences and more specifically the recursive formula. Okay. All right, now the recursive formula actually has two parts to it, and you can see that I have them written here. Okay. The first part, okay, is a sub 1 equals the first term. Okay, that's in every recursive formula. All right, and then the second part, okay, it's actually really easy. It's the terminology that looks a little weird. The formula is a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus d. All right, and you can see I have them labeled. Okay, it's got d as the common difference. It's got a n sub 1. Okay, that's your previous term. Okay, and then you've got a sub n, which is your next term. Okay, all right, now when I look at an example, okay, so let me put that all in terms of an example, because then I think it starts to make a little bit more sense. Okay, so if I have the sequence 12, 72, or 17, I'm sorry. Okay, so I have 12, 17, 22. All right, so you should know how to find D. Okay, D is your common difference. Remember, you can take the second term, subtract the first term. So 17 minus 12. So D equals 5. Okay, so now we've got the common difference. Okay, we've got the first term. Okay, because the first term is just 12. Okay, now the question is what do I do with this previous term and this next term? Okay, so how the recursive formula works is the recursive formula tells me how to generate the next term in the sequence. Okay, all right, now when I'm talking about a previous term or I'm talking about the next term, okay, so if I'm here at number at 22, okay, and I say that this is the next term, that makes 17 the previous term. Okay, so if I say 17 is the next term, that makes 12 the previous term. So you got to think about this formula is about working backwards, okay, in terms of writing it. But all this formula does, and I'll be honest, I don't like this formula. It's not very helpful in the grand scheme of things. All this formula does is tell me how to find the next term, because you can see right here it says the next term. Okay, so how do I take this and how do I get it into delta math? Okay, all right, so I know the first term, a sub 1 equals 12. Okay, and then in delta math, you've got a sub n equals, okay, and then you have a box. Okay, well, it's really easy. You're not going to plug in anything for the previous term. You're just going to put a sub n minus 1. If you're looking at delta math, there's a button for you. Okay, the only thing you're going to plug in is whatever d equals. So plus 5. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about why this is important. Okay. All right. So if I were to cover up the sequence, okay, so we're going to pretend we didn't know what the sequence was at all. Okay. And we just had this information. Okay. I could take this information and make the sequence. Okay. Because I could say, all right, the first term is 12. Okay, if I want the next term, I'm going to put 12 here. And what is 12 plus 5? Okay, I get 17. All right, so then now I take 17, I put it right here, and what's 17 plus 5? Okay, all right, now I take 22. Okay, that's the previous term. If I'm looking for this one right here, 22 is the previous term. So if I put 22 here, 22 plus 5, 27. Okay, so 12, 17, 22. 12, 17, 22. Okay, so now I'm just going to go over here. Okay, and I'm going to type 12. And then here I'm going to use the button, a sub n minus 1. Then I'm going to type plus 5. I'm going to submit my answer. And there you go. Okay. All right, so let's look at a similar problem, okay? Because honestly, after this, I don't need to write anything down. That's how simple these are. Okay, it says write a recursive formula for a sub n, the nth term of the sequence, 10, 16, 22. Okay, so the first term is 10. Okay, a sub n equals, it'll always be a sub n minus 1. Okay, I need to know what d equals. What's the common difference? So how do I get from 10 to 16? Or just take your calculator. What is 16 minus 10? Plus 6. Okay, because if you add 6, that's how you continue the pattern. Submit my answer. Yes. There you go. Okay, let's do another one. All right. Okay, so it says write a recursive formula for a sub n, the nth term of the sequence 2, 8, 14. Okay. All right, so the first term is 2. Okay, then I'm always going to put a sub 1 in next. All right, and then I'm just going to ask myself, what is 8 minus 2? Well, 8 minus 2 is 6, so plus 6. Submit my answer. Okay, all right, so that's how you're going to do the first set of problems in your Delta Math assignment, and I'll come back with another video.